So we're always saying amen after prayer, or we're in church and all this stuff, right? Have you ever asked yourself, where the hell did the word amen come from? Seriously, guys. Came across this video here. You need to check it out. Let's run it.
Who owns Earth, also known as Amun Ra. What if the final word of every prayer, the universal seal of faith spoken by billions, is not what you think it is? What if that single, two-syllable word, amen, is not a humble plea for peace, but a powerful, ancient act of worship to a God you were never meant to know? Prepare yourself. The truth we are about to unveil challenges the very foundation of history and faith. For when we say amen, we are in fact paying homage to a shadowy Anunnaki ruler, a being known to the Egyptians as Amun Ra, and to the Sumerians by his true name, Marduk. Millennia ago, as civilizations rose from the dust, this powerful entity issued a decree. He demanded that all of humanity, when speaking to the divine, must honor him. They were to end their prayers by speaking his name, Amen. This being, Marduk, was no benevolent spirit. He was the chief deity of Babylon, an immortal Anunnaki alien who has covertly governed and owned planet Earth for thousands of years. And his reign continues to this day. His ambition was absolute. Around 4,000 years ago, it was Marduk who unleashed the Great Pyramid Wars across Africa and the Middle East. The conflict was so devastating, the advanced weaponry so terrifying, that it scorched the earth, incinerating plant life, and leaving behind the vast deserts we see today. His goal? To erase all rivals and to be worshipped as the one singular God of all humankind. To understand this thirst for power, we must journey back into the cosmic history of his race. The Anunnaki were a diverse civilization from the planet Nibiru. Their royal family was a unique hybrid, born from a peace treaty between two warring galactic empires. A royal reptilian female from the Draconian Empire and a Lyran Syrian male from the Galactic Worlds Federation were joined in a political marriage. This union created a new hybrid royal race of powerful, muscular warriors. Their skin tones varied, but the full-blooded royals were said to possess skin so dark it appeared to human eyes as a shimmering Arcturian blue. Their faces, immortalized in our most ancient records, held the features of African and Asiatic peoples. These were the Anunnaki royalty, the engineer-creator gods of Sumeria and Babylon. Deep within this lineage was a prince named Enki, wisest son of the Anunnaki king Anu. And Enki had a son, Marduk. When Marduk finally seized power on Earth, his decree echoed across the ages. All prayers would be directed to him. All devotion would end with his name, Amen. But his rule was not one of peace. It was a reign of terror, slavery, and genocide, all in the name of his one God religion. It was Amun Ra who commanded Moses and Joshua to slaughter entire cities, men, women, and children, who dared to worship other Anunnaki deities. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, offers a chilling glimpse into his morality. If a man finds an unbetrothed virgin and assaults her, he is to pay her father 50 shekels of silver, and then must marry her, because he has violated her. He can never divorce her. Is this the decree of a loving, universal creator? Or the law of a possessive, patriarchal alien warlord, driven by the reptilian mindset of his heritage? He was obsessed with being the paramount deity. He pressured the pharaoh Akhenaten to enforce monotheism, to abandon the old gods who were, in reality, other extraterrestrial beings, and to worship only him, the sun disk god, Amun Ra. His influence is permanently etched into our holy books. When you read the words, "I am a jealous God, and you shall have no other gods before me," you are hearing the direct, masquerading voice of Marduk. Sumerian texts suggest he used an advanced holographic communicator to speak to Moses, a device the man mistook for a burning bush. This alien god, posing as the supreme being, then directed Moses to lead his people on a bloody crusade against all who worshipped his rivals. The Bible in this light is not a story of faith, but a record of celestial confrontations between alien dynasties, with humanity trapped as cannon fodder in their divine wars. Marduck's own family, including his father Enki and his brother Thoth, were horrified by his aggression. Thoth, who had peacefully governed ancient Egypt for 16,000 years, was ordered by his father to abandon the pyramid conflicts. He was to take his followers and establish a new civilization in the lands we now know as the Mayan and Aztec regions. Marduk, or Amun Ra, was feared for his incredible power, said to embody the technologies of all Anunnaki worlds. His reputation was sealed 350,000 years ago when he defeated the formidable dragon queen, Tiamat. For this victory, the Anunnaki Council granted him 50 titles of power, a number previously held only by the great god Enlil, whom Marduk had supplanted. Operating from a shining saucer-like craft, a sun disk in the sky, he ruled from the shadows, revealing his true form only once, to Moses on Mount Sinai. And the legacy of his bloodline is not just ancient history. Marduk is known as the father of Nabu, the Babylonian god of wisdom, whose face is immortalized on the Great Sphinx of Giza. It is believed that Amun Ra's DNA was woven into the lineages of the Egyptian pharaohs, a royal genealogy that persists today, hidden in the genetic markers of modern humans. His current whereabouts are uncertain, but his influence is ever present. A dark lord, a shadow emperor, pulling the strings of secret cabals and global elites who may still worship him, working to keep humanity in a state of spiritual and intellectual lockdown. We are now moving from the age of Pisces, his age of unchallenged dominion, into the age of Aquarius. It is a time of awakening, a time for our souls to remember their power and return to a higher state of consciousness. Like Neo in the Matrix, we are beginning to see the code behind our reality. The breadcrumbs have been laid throughout history, in our myths, our scriptures, and our very DNA. We ask you not to believe, but to question. Seek out the truth for yourself, and soon you too will begin to see the connections as the greatest mystery of all time is finally unveiled.
Amun Ra. Did a little research, looked up Amun Ra and similar god names. So Amun Ra is the same as Yahweh, the same as Yaldabaoth, the same as Kronos, the same as Loki. Look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up. You're gonna find out it's all just one dude, bro. One entity. And it's dressed in like a gazillion different other outfits for different cultures. So that way it can accommodate to their culture. It's all attention, energy, whatever we put our attention to, boom, that's food to them, bro. And since everyone is waking up to the truth of it all, obviously, it said right here that Marduk runs this shit, right? Cool. So, look, the game. Turn it back. Reset the game. That's what's going down, y'all. We're saying amen, and in our minds believing it was all about Jesus, it was all about God, and all this other stuff. Bro. All of it was just literally stripped from something that came from ancient Egypt. It has to do with Amun Ra, and then bam. That brought into Christian theology. It baked itself in there, and now everyone's using it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let me know y'all thoughts on this video. Drop it in the comments, alright? This is Kazi, aka Baby Arnold. Thank you, come on. See you on the next one. Peace.
Open your eyes.